इतिहास पुराणाभ्यां वेदं सौपब्रह्मयेत् बिभेत्यल्पश्रुताद् वेदः मामयं प्रतरिष्यति वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदप्राचेदसादासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना. Namaskaram to all devotees who have gathered here. We are here today to talk about a glorious subject. Someone has been instrumental in giving this title, certainly not me. The subject is Follow Rama, Listen to Krishna. When I just took note of this subject, nothing came to my mind as to why is there a difference between the two avatars and what could possibly be the content of this subject. Let's try together to unveil the mystery. Shastras, which are the Vedas and the Upanishads, they form the baseline for the conduct of Atmans. We are born here in this samsara. We need to live. There are some guidance given by the Shastras as the way we need to live. Although there are many complex scriptures in the name of Vedas and Upanishads, they are simplified and made easily understandable by the Itihasas and Puranas, the great epics and the mythology. There are two epics, Mahabharata and Sri Ramayana, and 18 Puranas. These are a treasure of information. We get to know the way we can live in this material world and also the means to leave this material world towards the eternal. We are not aware of all the means and all the places in this world. But the rishis, who are much more informed and wiser than us, they had discussed and recorded all those contents in the Itihasas and Puranas. Itihasa Purana is in fact a laboratory demonstration done by Sriman Narayana. We read theory. That does not suffice. One has to enter the laboratory and work for himself, do experiments to get to know, to reinforce the theory that we read. Similarly, if Vedas can be taken as the theory, the practical part of it is the Itihasa and Purana. Bhagavan himself incarnates and he behaves as a role model to all of us. All that he did, his pastimes, his glorious qualities, his divine attributes are all listed and recorded in the Itihasas and Puranas. So, the only job remaining is for us to open the book, read through them and just follow. But that is the most difficult job today. There are a lot of books available. I even buy them, but I don't open them. Instead, if we have a simple way as to easily understand the contents of many books, of pages and pages of books, assimilate them, try to follow at least a few, then we would all be benefited. Bhagavan himself thought it wise. Let me choose a few and give them a glorious Shastra by which they can easily lead their life here. Thus was Bhagavad Gita born. Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all Upanishads. Sarvopanishado Gavaha, Dogdha Gopalanandanaha, Partho Vatsaha, Sudhir Bhokta, Dugdham Gita Amritam Mahat. If you think that all the Upanishads are cows, the cow's milk, the essence of Upanishads is Bhagavad Gita. Sriman Narayana incarnated as Krishna to preach us the esoteric meanings of the Upanishads in the form of Bhagavad Gita. In fact, one can say that this is the only complete preaching by any incarnation. No other incarnation of Narayana has preached anything. So Bhagavad Gita gains importance, and it is the priority of all as it is the essence of the Upanishads, and it has been preached by none other than the Lord Himself. We are sure that He won't misguide us. We are sure that He knows what we want. A mother knows better than the child himself. The mother feeds the child may refuse to eat, but still the mother compels the child to eat, because she knows that this is required for the child. We are all the children of Krishna, and He knows better what is required for us. When should we be fed? When should we be pampered? When should we be punished? And when should we be rewarded? As He knows about us much better than us, we can blindly follow what is said in Gita. So listen to Gita, listen to Krishna, to know what this world is all about, and to understand how to practice, how to lead this life. This much is sure. Bhagavad Gita is a part of Mahabharata, which is again an itihasa. As I earlier said that Vedas are the part of theory and the itihasa Puranas are a part of practical, Bhagavad Gita is very, very practical. It's realistic. It can be practiced any day, not only in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, but also in this material world. So Bhagavad Gita is a guiding light to all of us. But unfortunately, there is a confusion here. The catch is, did Krishna conduct himself as per Bhagavad Gita? He preached so much. Did he practice for himself? Krishna may have or might not have. But Rama practiced everything. Whatever is said in Gita was put to practice by Sri Rama. Rama Avatara was before Sri Krishna Avatara. There is one important reason to it. If I preach something, unless I practice some of those preachings, none would listen to me. Nobody would listen to me. I need to practice some, experience it for myself, enjoy it for myself, and then share my experience with others. It will work. It will be successful. If Krishna had born earlier and started preaching, nobody would have believed in him. Rama conducted everything. He practiced all the virtues, the dharmas in this world. He only preached later on as Krishna Avatara. Do we not delegate a job? Do we not bifurcate a job and do it jointly? Similarly, Narayana took two jobs in his hand. One was to practice, the other was to preach, and he took two incarnations to accomplish that goal. One incarnation was Sri Rama Avatara, where he practiced a lot. Another incarnation was Sri Krishna Avatara, where he preached a lot. As he practiced in Rama Avatara, we follow his practice. As he preached in Krishna Avatara, we listen to his preaching and then follow accordingly. But just by listening to preachings, one cannot follow. You are told to cook by many cookbooks. We all buy books today. Just by reading the book, you can't cook. You have to keep the book, try cooking, spoil it once or twice, and then only you will learn to cook. So unless you experiment, nothing in the book can be put to use. So Rama thought, let me first incarnate and do everything, and then incarnate as Krishna and preach everything. That's why we have today's topic. Follow Rama as he did, as he practiced. Listen to Krishna as he preached. This is the right meaning. But if you misunderstand the meaning as Rama is the right one who practiced, but we can't practice what Krishna practiced because he lied, he stole butter, and he married 16,108 girls. So of course we cannot practice Krishna. We can't follow Krishna. One can follow Rama. The moment I tell the name Rama, Satyam will come to your mind. It is just straightforwardness, honesty, truth, truth and truth. This is what comes to our mind. But the moment I tell you about Krishna, all these do not come to our mind. What comes to our mind is, it's just joy, enjoyment. Anubhavam nu solrane. It is that Anubhavam that comes to my mind. So Rama Avatara is Anushtana Pradhana Avatara. Krishna Avatara is Anubhava Pradhana Avatara. The predominant factor in Rama Avatara is practice, Anushtana Pradhana. But predominantly in Krishna, it is joy, it is experience, Anubhava Pradhana. Anushtanam and Anubhavam both are required. One cannot go without Anushtanam, one cannot go without enjoyment. If you keep on performing some austerities, you will get bored. You have to enjoy life. If you just enjoy, you won't get liberated. You need to practice. So Rama and Krishna together gave this great message to us. But unfortunately, we also cannot say this. In this birth, let me do one. And in the next birth, let me continue with the second. We don't have that option. We have to do it together only. Rama and Krishna can do as Rama or Krishna. They recognize and remember their earlier births. We do not. Krishna and Gita says that Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna. Tanyakam veda sarvani natvam vedha parantapa. O Arjuna, many births are past for you. So am I. Many births have passed for me. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani. Vyatitani, past. Janmani, many births have passed. Tavacharjuna, so many births have passed for you too. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani. Tavacharjuna. Tanyaham veda sarvani. But I am reminded of, I can recall, I can remember all my births, whereas you cannot. We don't remember our births, whereas Krishna remembers all his earlier births. Why our earlier births? We don't remember what we did in the age of 5 or 10. We don't. We remember only for the past 10 years, and we conveniently forget many. Whatever we do not want to remember, we conveniently forget them. Anybody has helped me, I forget. If someone has scolded me, has abused me, I remember it fully. Whereas if someone helped me, even a word of praise or appreciation, I conveniently forget them. Rama was not of that nature. Nasmaratyapakaranam. He never remembers any offense to him. He forgets them immediately. But he always makes a point to remember all that is done good to him. In fact, nobody helped Rama. That was not required for him at all. He didn't seek the help of anybody. But yet, whatever help was extended to him, he ensured that he remembered them all and reciprocated to them. So this is the practice of Rama. Let's only practice Rama and follow him and listen to Krishna. There are many similarities between Rama and Krishna, although there are many dissimilarities between them. The dissimilarities are, I'll tell them, settle a few of the similarities. Rama and Krishna both were incarnations of Ramayana. That's one thing for sure. Rama and Krishna both were born to uplift human beings. The purpose is also common. Both were born out of their compassion, the compelling compassion to uplift human beings. That was also common. Both were dark-hued in their complexion. That was also common. Whether Rama or Krishna, they were all dark in color. Meghavanna, Muhilvanna, Kadalvanna. The Alvas glorified Bhagavan as the dark-hued, and he is so dark as the dark blue color of the sky, or of the ocean, or of the dark clouds. Minnuma Madaithavalum Meghavanna, Muhilvannan Adimel Chonna Solmalai Ayiram. Muhilvannan, Meghavannan, Karunilavannan. All these talk about the complexion of Bhagavan. So both Rama and Krishna were dark in their complexion. When I mention complexion and darkness, it doesn't stop there. This darkness has an inner meaning attached to it. It is the Audaryam of Bhagavan. It is the Karuna of Bhagavan. Cloud is full with water. Bhagavan looks like a cloud. What is he full with? Is he full with water? His water is Daya, Kripa, Karuna, Anukampa, Anukrosa. Bhagavan also has water, but not this hydrogen and oxygen water. He is an ocean of water, not this water. but the water of Daya and Karuna. Dayambu, Karuna Sagara, Kripa Sagara, Karuna Nidhi. So he is a wealth. He is a treasure of all these auspicious qualities. So when we talk about the clouds, we talk about two qualities about the cloud. One, the physical appearance, and second, the quality of the cloud. The physical appearance is, it is dark. And the quality of that cloud is, it is so generous. The cloud always rains. It's very, very generous. Similarly, Bhagavan has two qualities. One is physical. He is quite dark in color. When you look at him, when you have the darshan of Krishna, he is so dark. Andal says that, Kannanennum karundeivam kaatchi padagi kedandene. Punnil pulip peidhar pol poranin nadagu peshade. I want to forget Krishna. I try to do that. The more I remember about him, I can't bear the separation with him. So I want to forget him. Whatever I try to forget, I am not able to forget his dark color. That haunts me often. Another Andal Pasharathal Cholache, Kannanennum karundeivam. He is a karuppu devam, dark devam. நம்ம சில பேர் கருப்பா இருக்கா. If someone is dark, we say he is dark. தமிழ்ல ஒண்ணு சொல்லுவோம், ரொம்ப கருப்பா இருந்தான்னு சொல்லுவோம், கருப்பு அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி கருப்பு. Krishna was so dark in color. That was his physical appearance. But the quality is his generosity, his audaryam, which his clouds can never are no parallel to him. The clouds cannot equal to him at all. The clouds are also generous. But till they finish, till they complete, till they exhaust the water in them. Whereas to Krishna, the water is never exhausted at all. He is always generous. Audaryam is generosity. Bhagavan has audaryam. He is so generous. Not only he gives other benefits, but he gives himself to us. You go to Karpaka Vriksham, the wish-granting tree, plead anything from Karpaka Vriksham, it will give you. But if you call Karpaka Vriksham to your garden, it won't come. You go to Kamadhenu, the wish-granting cow, it will give you whatever you request from it. You call Kamadhenu to your yard, it won't come. It will stay where it is. Whereas go to Krishna, plead anything from him, he will give you. Request him to come home, he is more happy to come home. Rather than giving other material benefits, he is so happy to follow us. Gauryatha Sutavatsala. As an affectionate cow follows the calf, Bhagavan would also follow us home. So there is a difference between the cloud and Krishna, but the similarity is both are dark and both are generous. Why I gave you this example was both Rama and Krishna were dark. Dark not only in their physical appearance, but in their generosity. In their minds, they were so dark that they kept on pouring. Rama was so generous to accept 3 people. In spite of the fact that Guha was a hunter, in spite of the fact that Sugriva was a monkey, in spite of the fact that Vibhishana was a Rakshasa, Bhagavan never thought twice before accepting them into his fold. They were all declared by Rama as their brothers. So this does not stand guarantee for the generosity of Rama. Come to Krishna. Who pleaded him to preach? Nobody for that matter. You go to any Acharya, ask them to give us good preachings. They will take time. They will say, I am busy now. Come whenever I am free. Arjuna just put one question to Krishna. I am confused. I do not know which is dharma and which is adharma. I am filled with my sneha, my karunya. I don't know whether my compassion is right or wrong. I can't kill my relatives and my brothers. Oh Krishna, kindly guide me the right way. Aham mudhaha. I am now confused. So I am requesting you, why don't you clarify my doubt? This is the single question. Krishna could have clarified in one shloka, but he never stopped. Having requested, he saw to it that he came out with all that is good for this human race. Why? He was just asked for a question. You asked me, what is my name? I would say Krishna. I would not add any more answer. I will expect you to ask for more. And then I should ask, where from have you come? I came from Chennai. Why have you come? For Upanyasam. Who called you? So and so called me. I will see that you are annoyed asking questions and ensure that you stop questions. Whereas Arjuna just questions once. Dharma sumudha chetaha yachreyasyam nishchitam ruhitam me shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Oh Krishna, you can treat me as your Shishya, or as your servant, or as your relative. Treat me in whichever manner you want to, but preach me. For this simple question, Krishna never expected anything more from Arjuna. Our Purvacharya say that, Sollanna Chonnal. The moment he was asked to, he started pouring. And he never stopped. We have a practice. We Upanyasakas, if you give us a dais and a mic with all good light setting, and some listeners are there, we won't stop. You tell us 1.5 hours or 2 hours or 3 hours. Having given the opportunity, we will not stop. And Krishna's only opportunity is this. Upanyasakas would be called to lecture many times. When will Krishna be called to lecture? So he didn't want to lose this golden opportunity. He took the opportunity. He got himself seated in the Acharya Peetham. He had only the Peetham of a chariot. Nobody gave him that Acharya Peetham. He took it. He grabbed the opportunity to become an Acharya, because Pillai Lokacharya says that Ishwarandanum Acharyatvattai Ashepattirukkum. Bhagavan so much loves Acharya Padavi, but nobody gives it to him. He is Bhagavan. He is not an Acharya. We are willing to listen to our Acharya, not to him. So he used the opportunity to the fullest extent possible and preached all that he knew. Krishna Avatara is for preaching. Rama Avatara is also for preaching and for practicing. So there are many similarities between the two. Let me now tell you about the differences between the two. Rama was born in Surya Vamsha, whereas Krishna was born in Chandra Vamsha. Both belong to different lineages, different dynasties. One was Surya Kulodbhava, the other was Chandra Kulodbhava. Rama was born in daylight, whereas Krishna was born in the night. Rama was born in a great palace, a glorious wealthy place, whereas Krishna was born in a jail, in a prison. Rama was born on Navami day. Krishna was born on an Ashtami day. Ashtami, Navami are 2 tithis. We don't do anything auspicious on those days. We call them inauspicious days. Whether you're Rahu Kala, Yamakanda, Ashtami, Navami, Bharani, Kartigai, they are not inauspicious. We don't do. That much is it. That the Kalam itself can never be inauspicious. There are some asterisms. The star Cholame, Nakshatra, Ailyam, Puram, Moolam, all these nakshatrams are not glorious. You take the horoscope of any girl or boy, you have trouble. Kodanda Parakkarcheve, the parents are worried. Oh, this girl is in Moolam, this girl is in Ailyam. What is going to happen to her? Will we get a right Jatakam or not? I don't think any of these sort is mentioned in the Shastras. Let it be any nakshatram. You just do a simple mathematics calculation. There are about 1.1 billion people in Bharat Desha. Outside, there will be at least another 50 million people residing. All together, should you not divide by 27? You take an average. There are only 27 stars available. You need to divide all the people by 27. And the average would be around 4 crores, 40 million. So if 40 million people are in Ailyam, will all of them not get married at all? Or will all be in Moola Nakshatram? So Moolam na innathu nadakkum, Ailyam na innathu nadakkum. These are all disbeliefs. We need not believe them at all. Misbelief. In the Madri, as these things are there, we are being questioned by the atheists. If you rightly follow the Shastras, atheists cannot point fingers on us at all. We wrongly interpret them. We misinterpret them and give room for them to question us. We need not do at all. So we see somebody, a widow, coming before us, then the person will not get out of his home. He will go back. I came out of my room, a widow came, or a girl who a malady, who did not have any child for the past 10 years. So she came. Some function at home, we don't allow them to participate. We don't allow them to touch a child. We don't allow them to sing a lullaby in the cradle. We do so many things that is atrocious. Not required at all. A widow is equal to a sannyasi. Because in males, we call sannyasi. They take sannyasa ashrama, which is asceticism, the final ashrama. A widow almost lives like that. But for the case that she does not wear that saffron robe, else, as far as her sensual organs go, She controls all of them. So she can be well equated to Sannyasashrama itself. So we must know the inner right interpretive meanings of all the Shastras and not misinterpret them. We misinterpret and also blame our Purvacharyas for that. They didn't tell any of these things. They wrote the right thing. We only misinterpreted. Bhagavan divided into four. Chaturvarnyam maya srittam gunakarma vibhagashaha. These are Brahmins who do this. These are Kshatriyas who do this. And did he subdivide it into 400? He never did that. He only divided based on the occupation, the quality into 4. But now, within Brahmins you find 100. Within Kshatriyas you find 100. So the Shastras, they just show us the path, but we are so good in laying many more paths. We are not interested with restricted to one path at all. So between Rama and Krishna, they were born in Ashtami and Navami. You know why? Ashtami, Navami went and pleaded to Bhagavan. When will you make us auspicious? Are we the cursed two tithis? When will we become Mangala tithis? Bhagavan said, let me take birth, but I don't assure you whether even after that these people will believe in that or not. I will be born. So Krishna was born in Ashtami tithi and Rama was born in Navami tithi. Similarly, Bharani, Kartikai. Bharani Nakshatram, Kartika Nakshatrama, Moola Nakshatrama, today's Moola. Manavala Mamanikal's Nakshatram is Moola. He was the last of our Purvacharya Parampara. When you go Vaikashi, many people don't like Vishakha. They don't glorify Tiruvadare. Tiruvadare is an okay star, not something great. But Tiruvadare is Ramanujare Avatarita. So, why I mention all this is, you will have to divide by 27. There's no other go. So, many people would be born in all these nakshatrams or tithis. Ashtami le Khandanum, in Navami, Rama was born. Tithi Ashtami, Tithi Navami. This was a difference. Krishna in Ashtami star and Rama in Navami star. For everything, Rama had one. His birthplace was same and where he grew was the same place. His parents were same when he was born and the parents were same when he grew. He married only one girl, Sita. His arrow was only one, not a second arrow. And his words were always one. He never had 2 tongues. He had one. Whereas in Krishna, Dve Ekachara Janmani Krishna Bhave Dve Mataraucha Pitaraucha Kule Api Dve. Krishna was born in Mathura but grew in Gokula. When he was born, Vasudeva and Devaki were his parents. But when he grew, Nanda Gopala and Yashoda were his parents. When he was born, he belonged to the Kshatriyas. When he grew, he became a Vaishya. When he was born in Mathura Nagara, according to being a Kshatriya, he married Rukminitaya. As he grew to be a Vaishya, he married Satyabhama and Nappinai. Not only that, Dara, Ekadara Vratatvam is Rama's great character. Ekadara is single wife, whereas to Krishna, not one wife, 16,108 wives. Andalur Pasarathra Sholudra, Padinara Mayiravar, Tevimar Parthiruppa, Poduvaha Umbadane, Pukuni Undakal, Padinara Mayiravar, Tevimar. So not one wife he was blessed with. He married 16,100 girls. So all these are the dissimilarities between Rama and Krishna. But we are not here to call out all the dissimilarities and just keep debating. We are here to follow both, to follow Rama and to listen to Krishna. I am going to mention to you some shlokas from Bhagavad Gita and show instances from Ramayana as to how they were just practiced. Gita says something, Rama practices. Let's listen to Gita and follow Rama. I'll go kandam by kandam. There are 6 kandams in Ramayana: Bala Kanda, Ayodhya Kanda, Aranya Kanda, Kishkindha Kanda, Sundara Kanda, and lastly Yuddha Kanda. The first Kanda, Bala Kanda. Let us take one episode. The meeting of Parashurama and Rama. Rama and Parashurama met. One question by youngsters, by kids, would always be, Parashurama is also an incarnation of Narayana. Rama is also an incarnation of Ramayana. How did they meet? This will be one question, which is that they are very curious to know. They are inquisitive to know. Bhagavad Avatarams, the incarnations of Bhagavan, can be classified. They can be categorized as the main Avatarams. The Swarupa Avatara, he himself descends. That is known as the Pradhana Avatara, the primary avatars. There is another set known as the secondary avatara, which is a supplementary avatara. He never descends. He stays at Shiva Vaikuntha. He is there everywhere. He is there. He chooses some enlightened souls, some blessed souls, Atmans, Jivatma, not Paramatma. He chooses some Jivatmans and he blesses his Shakti on that Jivatman. So that Jivatman is also an avatara, but not the primary avatara of Narayana, but the secondary avatara of Narayana. This is known as Amukhya avatara or Apradhana avatara or Gauna avatara. Gauna, Apradhana, they all stand for the secondary avatars. So primary avatara, where Narayana himself descends. The secondary avatars known as Avesha avatara. He never descends. He chooses some blessed souls and he blesses them with his Shakti. And even there is a sub-classification. There are two types of blessings. One, choose a soul and bless him with all his Shakti. There is another type. Choose a noble soul and bless him with that Shakti required for a specific mission. That avatara has to do something specific. The avatara would be concluded then. It's over. Whatever is the required Shakti for that, Bhagavan blesses only that. So the primary classification was primary avatara and the secondary avatara. Again, further sub-classification was between, in that secondary avatara, Swarupa Avesha avatara and Shakti Avesha avatara. Swarupa Avesham is blessing all the power. Shakti Avesham is blessing specific required power. Now we have totally three categories. Bhagavad Avatara, Pradhana Avatara, then Swarupa Avesha Avatara, lastly, Shakti Avesha Avatara. If I give you some examples of this, you will immediately understand that. Bhagavad Avatara, Rama Avatara, Krishna Avatara, Narasimha Avatara, Vamana Avatara, Matsya Avatara, Kurma Avatara are all his own avatars. They are the primary avatars. And Avesha Avatara, Parashurama Avatara is an Avesha Avatara. Kartavirya Arjuna was also an Avesha Avatara, but it was only a Shakti Avesha Avatara. Parashurama Avatara was Swarupa Avesha Avatara, whereas Kartavirya Arjuna was a Shakti Avesha Avatara. Now let's relate all the three. Kartavirya Arjuna lost miserably to Parashurama. Parashurama killed 21 Kshatriya kings. Out of them, one was Kartavirya Arjuna. So Kartavirya Arjuna lost to Parashurama, and in turn, Parashurama is losing to Rama now. So Rama, the primary avatara, won over Parashurama, was a Swarupa Avesha avatara. Parashurama won over Kartavirya Arjuna, who was only a Shakti Avesha avatara. All the three can meet. There is no problem at all. They can meet because Bhagavan's original primary avatara in this world would only be one. At any given point in time, he would descend as one avatara only. He won't be in two or three avatarams and they won't meet with each other. The others would only be Jivatmans and they would be Swarupa or Shakti Avesha avatara. So that is the background between this meeting of Parashurama and Sri Rama. Vedanta Deshika, in his Dashavatara Stotra, he says that Rosha Rama Karuna Kakutstha. Whenever I mention Parashurama, what immediately strikes your mind? Rosha Rama, full of anger. You will be angry. We say that people are angry. But if the anger is so much in him that it takes over the individual itself, we don't say that he is angry. We will say that he is anger. So there is a difference between telling that he is angry or he is anger. Romba kovama irukar, avare kovam. Rendu vyathyasam irukku. Our kovama irukkarnu sonna, kovam is a quality of that individual. But if I say he is kopam himself, then the individual himself is kopam. So the quality and the one who possesses that quality become one and the same. Rama, when we mentioned Parashurama, he was full of anger. Why was he so? But Rama was Karuna Kaputstha. Karuna Kaputstha, person of compassion. A person, an emblem of mercy, an embodiment of compassion. So Rama is also an avatara of Bhagavan Narayana, but he is full of compassion. Here is Parashurama, who is full of anger. What do we do? Looking at these people, we must realize that we must follow Rama and not Parashurama. There is one song from Ramanuja Nuttandadi. Ramanuja Nuttandadi was a work of Thiruvarangathamudhanar singing, praising Sri Ramanuja. Kokulamannarai Moovidugal, Orugur Maduval Pokkiya Devanai Pochum Punithan. Ramanuja hails Parashurama, but never meditates on him. There is a difference. Bhagavan only incarnated as Parashurama, so I may go and worship, I may fold my hands, but I won't meditate on Parashurama. I would meditate on someone whose qualities is what I want to imbibe. I need to imbibe someone's quality. I meditate on him. If I keep on thinking about a tiger, I will only get the quality of a tiger. About a rabbit, I will only become a rabbit. About a snail, I would only get the habit of a snail. Instead, meditate on Rama, who was so honest, who was straightforward, who was full of compassion, and who talked the truth only. Then I slowly am drawn towards him. The more you treat a metal with another metal, you treat a metal with an alloy, it slowly turns out to be one. You take a worm and an insect. There's a worm and there's a worm. Kodavinu solluvom, pudunu solluvom. The kodavi pottu, it keeps on stinging. The more it stings, slowly that pudu, that worm turns out to be a worm. It becomes a kodavi. Similarly, the more I meditate on Bhagavan, I get equated to him. I get closer to him. The more I meditate on worldly things, I only get equated to them. There are two things with me. One is Sarveshwara, Ishvara Bhagavan. The other is all the insentient, the omniscient Bhagavan, and the insentient, that which has no knowledge, and the insentient objects. If you only think about these objects of pleasure, then I get equated to them. The more I think about Ishvara, I get equated to him. Now I need to decide where to get drawn. Am I to be drawn by this insentient or the omniscient? Whatever I think of, I slowly become the same. Whatever I talk, then my character gets decided by how I talk, how I behave, and what I think. So we need to meditate more about Bhagavan rather than this insentient objects. Now, let's come back to the issue. So, you think about Parashurama, the more you meditate on him, you will become angry. You will imbibe the same qualities of Parashurama. That's why Vedanta Deshika distinguishes Rosha Rama, Karuna Kaputstha. Rosha Rama. Then why did Bhagavan incarnate as an angry person? He should not have. He should have abstained. We will have a simple question. Why show anger and then instruct us to abstain? Instead, you need not have born as an angry person at all. Why should you be furious? Why should you become as Parashurama? See, there are many things that are indispensable in this world. I cannot remove them. For example, I am tall or you are short, one is dark or one is fair. I can't remove that. This difference is there to be. Neither you created it nor I created it. Neither you can remove it nor I can remove it. But what we all jointly can achieve is, based on this difference, let's not discriminate. This is what we can achieve. You are a girl, you are a male, you are a female. One is a boy, one is a girl. Nobody questions, why am I born as a boy? Why am I born as a girl? You can be. Whatever you are born, you can be. But at the end of it, you should not be discriminated whether you are a boy or a girl, whether you are short or tall, whether you are a Brahmana or a Kshatriya. So don't try to remove the differences per se. They may not be possible. We would be unsuccessful in our attempt. But attempt only to equate all. Let's understand that we are all equal. We are all Atmans. We all enjoy the same. We are all the same hair. We all enjoy the same benefits, privileges to be quite close to the divine. Nale, be it Rama Avatara or Krishna Avatara, we can meditate. But if it's Parashurama Avatara, even though it's an incarnation of Sriman Narayana, I would stay away. I would only fold my arms and not meditate on him. But I would certainly meditate on Sri Rama Avatara. As he was full of compassion, and to me, to imbibe his qualities, I meditate on him. One was Rosha Rama, other was Karuna Kakutstha. Rama also was angry at times, but he was not anger at all. He was not anger. He was not the quality anger. But he too, at times, he took upon anger in himself. He was never angry. தமிழ்ல ஒன்று சொல்லுவார்கள், கோவமே போ அப்படின்னா போயிடுமா, கோவமே வா அப்படின்னா வருமா. Rama controlled anger to that extent that he can command anger to leave. He can command anger to come. Whereas in our case, anger will command us. Anger பார்த்து போனா நம்ம ஓடுவோம், அது மாட்டுக்கு வானா நம்ம வந்துடுவோம். அதனால அதனுடைய கண்ட்ரோல்ல நாம இருக்குமே தவிர we don't control anger. So Parashurama can be taken as a classic example of the shloka in Gita. Kama yeshaha, krodha yeshaha, rajoguna samudbhavaha, vidhi yenamika vairinam mahashanaha, mahapapma, jahishatrum mahavaho. O valorous Arjuna, try to win over these two. Kama yeshaha, krodha yeshaha, rajoguna samudbhavaha. Rajoguna gives birth to two gunas, Kama and Krodha. Kama is desire. Krodha is the anger born as a result of desire. Wherever you find people furious, wherever you find people quarreling, wherever you find them so angry, you will certainly find a desire which has not been fulfilled underlying. But for that, one cannot be furious at all. There must be some unfulfilled promise, or there must be some unfulfilled desire. Only that would result as Krodha. Kama bhavati Krodha. From Kama, it transforms to Krodha. Without Kama, which is desire or attachment, there can be no Krodha at all. Kruddho hanyatu gurunapi. This is a very, very dangerous statement. Dharma Shastra in Sanskrit says that Kruddho hanyat gurunapi. A person who is a Kruddha, who is very, very angry, he would kill even his guru. He won't hesitate to kill his guru even. Kruddho hanyat gurunapi. So we must abstain. We must control our kopa. Are we able to? We are able to, but after yelling. We yell, we shout, we slap, we get panicky, we become restless, we do everything, and then now I have to control my anger. There's no point at all. You should control it before it erupts, not after. And controlling of kopam, you may say so, that is, yes, I have controlled anger for the past 8 hours. That's good. How did you do that? I was sleeping. I could have done. So that is not control. When you are provoked, you must control. Control of kopa is when you get provoked, then you must be able to control kopa. அதனால தூங்கிட்டு இருந்துச்சேவோ மயக்கமா இருக்கிறச்சேவோ நான் கோவமே படலை அப்படிங்கிறது அர்த்தமே கிடையாது. So Krishna says kama yesha, krodha yesha. One is kama and the other is kopa. Rajoguna samudbhavaha. They are a product of a guna in us. We have 3 gunas, satta guna, rajoguna and tamo guna. The quality of serenity is satta guna. The quality of activity is rajoguna. The quality of inertia is tamo guna. These 3 are there. Again, I didn't create, nor you did create it. Nobody created. It is there with us always. So rajoguna is with us. We cannot remove it totally. That's not possible. It's going to remain till our last breath. Before we reach Vaikuntham, we shed this body, and along with this body, Sattam, Rajas and Tamas all would die. All would wither. Till such time, we have to live with it. There are certain diseases which I have to live with. I can't get cured at all. Many doctors are philosophers. You go to them. You will be prescribed medicine for the first week. You consume the medicine. You are not cured. Go back to him. The next week he will change. Maybe this does not work well for your chemistry. Let me change it. So he would change. I consume another. But I was not cured. Went back to him the 3rd week. He changed. 4th week I didn't go. Not because I was cured, but I got used to my disease. That's the reason why I didn't go back to them. But the doctors would presume that my patient was cured. He is never. And moreover, if they are not able to cure something, finally they would say, try to live with it. Learn to live with it. This is what philosophers say initially. Let's not waste so much of money and then get to know. He went to the hospital, got admitted. It was 1 month of poratam. He fought through his life and he spent almost millions with him. Lastly, the doctor said, it's out of our control. Now pray to God. I could have done it early. Why now? Why after spending all this? So poor if we get treated, yes. If you are lucky enough, you will get cured. If you are not lucky enough, then we have to pray to God. Instead, be lucky or not lucky, you can pray to God. Not necessary that only when you are in danger, you need to pray to God. You can pray to Him always. Rajoguna is something which we can't remove. It is there with us. The product of Rajoguna is Kama and Krodha. The example for Kama was Ravana in Ramayana. The example for Kopa was Parashurama in Ramayana. You have two characters now. One, a well-known friendly character. Friendly would mean he was at least not an enemy of Rama. Parashurama finally accepted Rama's victory and left the place. He was not like Ravana. Ravana was totally an enemy of Rama. So Ravana is an example of Kama, and Kama kills you. That's what happened at the end. Mandodari, she comes and laments on the dead body of Ravana. She says, "Oh Ravana, I am sure this Rama is not powerful enough to kill you. He is not powerful enough to overpower you. I know that. But you have been overpowered by your own Kama, not by Rama. Rama was only an instrument in the hands of Kama. Kama, the desire on the wrong identity, on the wrong individual Sita, that only killed you. If you had only known to control your senses, nobody on earth could have won over you." So this is the truth revealed by Mandodari herself when she was lamenting on the dead body of Ravana. So Kama would also kill you. Similarly, Kopa would kill you. Kopa may not kill, Kama would certainly kill. So that's explained by these two characters. Kama would kill you, Ravana was killed. Kopa may not kill you, so Parashurama was not killed. But Parashurama was overpowered. He was sent out. He had to leave the place. So Kama yeshaha, Krodha yeshaha, Vidhi yenamiga vairinam. If at all we have to show our valor, it should be against these two, not against any other enemy. We fight. Husband and wife fight. Don't show your valor or power between husband and wife. Show it better with Kama and Krodha. If you are able to win over them, Mahashanaha, Mahapatma, Vidhi yenamiha vairinam. O Mahabaho, yenamiha vairinam vidhi. These two are the sons of the same mother. One mother is Rajoguna. These two are the wicked sons of that Rajoguna. Try to win over them. Kama yeshaha, Krodha yeshaha, Rajoguna samudbhavaha. We also feel very, very angry at times. Is it totally wrong? How to control? Is blood pressure due to anger or anger due to blood pressure? Is there any research publication on this? நான் கோவமா இருக்கிறதுனால பிபி ஏறிடுறதா? இந்த பிபி ஏறினதுனால நான் கோவமா இருக்கேன்னா? We don't do. This is known as Bijankura Nyaya. Is the plant out of the seed or the seed from the plant? We don't know. We need to control both. How to control this? To control anger, one has to control Kama, desire itself. Without controlling you can't treat fever alone. You have to treat the underlying disease. Fever, temperature is only a symptom of some underlying disease. You can have crocin or paracetamol once in 4 hours. That's not going to cure the disease at all. You need to treat the disease with an antibiotic. So the symptom is anger, whereas the underlying disease is Kama. Unless you treat Kama, it's too difficult. How to treat Kama? To treat Kama, there are some simple methods that are prescribed by Gita itself and that have been followed by Rama even. Rama was very, very intimate to all his citizens. He had desire with all. He was attached to all his citizens, to his wife, to his brothers, and one and all. But he never compromised practicing Dharma Shastra for the sake of this attachment. Although Rama was so much attached to his parents and to all his citizens, when there was a question about Dharma Shastra, about following the words of his father, he prioritized that and not this. And we can have attachments. That is not wrong at all. As much as this attachment or desire does not need me to compromise on any dharma, I am willing to follow them. But if it would make me to compromise on a dharma, in lieu of this, I need to do something else, which I would abstain from. So you can be attached, not at the cost of dharma. What is the dharma? The dharmas mentioned in Manu Dharma Shastra, in the Itihasas, in Puranas, we must not compromise on them at all. You need to come. I'll give you one example. There was procession in Sri Ranga. Sri Rangam is a glorious Divyadesam. And number one is known for his Parapad. His great Parapad is his procession. Sri Parashar Bhatta was an Acharya in the period. He was a contemporary of Bhagavad Ramanuja himself, although he was much younger to him. Parashar Bhatta was following the procession. It was 5:45 p.m. in the evening. You have to perform Sandhyavandanam. But the procession was not over. It's going to take another half an hour. The Chishyas of Parashar Bhatta mentioned it. They reminded him, it's time for Sandhyavandanam. Can we go back? But Bhatta said, I'm not supposed to. I can't leave Perumal. He has to reach inside the Sanctum Sanctorum. Unless that happens, I can't get away from the place. But Shishya said, is it not a sin to abstain from Sandhyavandanam in its right time? Should we not go back? Appa Bhattara சொல்றார், இன்னைக்கு ஒரு நாள் பெருமாள் பின்னாடி போனதுக்கு சந்தியாவந்தனத்துக்கு நாழி கழிச்சு ஆழ்த்ததுனாலே சித்திரகுப்தன் கணக்கெழுத மாட்டான். Chitragupta is the accountant of Yamadharmaraja. He accounts it very properly, all our punyams and papams. Now we are going to commit a sin by violating the rule that I need to perform Sandhyavandanam at 5:45. I am going to violate. If I violate, I will be debited with the papam. Will I be debited today? As I followed the procession of Ranganatha, which is a more important dharma to me. It's a Vishesha dharma, whereas Sandhyavandanam is a Samanya dharma. If there is a conflict between Samanya dharma and Vishesha dharma, I have to maintain Vishesha dharma, compromise on the Samanya dharma. But never take it that even without a conflict you can compromise. That is not what I am telling you here at all. If there is no conflict, you will have to perform all the dharmas. Only if there is a conflict, you can compromise. And definitely the Vishesha dharma would precede over all the Samanya dharmas. For example, you know about Ambarisha and his Charitra. Ambarisha fasts on Ekadashi day and he completes the Vratam on the Dwadashi day. Durvasa once came, he visited Ambarisha. Ambarisha was supposed to complete his fasting at 8:30 a.m. on Dwadashi day. Durvasa came at 7:30. He said, let me have a holy dip in the nearby river. Wait for me. I'll come and join you. Our friend waited. It was 8:20, 8:25. Next 5 minutes, if he does not eat anything, then he's going to be breaking the fast. Al-Vrata Bhangame Erpatpo. He didn't know what to do. He was in a fix now. This is known as Dharma Sankatam. There are two dharmas here. We call Dharma Sankatam in a different sense. That is not Dharma Sankatam. There must be two dharmas. Both must be dharmas and they must conflict. I am only given a choice to choose between the two. Then that is Dharma Sankatam. Nama solradalla, one is dharma, one is adharma. That is not Dharma Sankatam at all. Both have to be Dharma Sankatam dharmas. So one dharma is to complete the fasting by Dwadashi, the prescribed hour. Other dharma is you can't eat, making an Atithi wait. He's a guest to you. You have to have food along with him. You can't make him wait. So this is a dharma. This is also a dharma. Now Ambarisha had to decide. He decided to drink water. Drinking water would not violate Atithyam. Atithyam is feeding the guest. Drinking water would not violate that. But drinking water is consuming something. So certainly the vratam would get completed. So he took a decision and went ahead. Again, Durvasa was angry on him. That was a different story. But he decided between the two dharmams. If there is a conflict between two dharmams, then I should choose the Vishesha dharma and compromise the Samanya dharma. So Samanya dharma can be compromised for Vishesha dharma. Now, why I gave you this example was, I am attached to my parents, I am attached to my wife, I am attached to my relatives. This is one dharma. I should, because I am supposed to be attached, I am supposed to help them, I am supposed to serve them, all is fine. But there is one dharma which says that be a Brahmana, be a Vaishnava, follow the dharmas. But my wife tells me or my husband tells me that I must eat onion. Shastram says that no, kalanjam na bhakshayet, don't eat the onion. No onion, no garlic, Shastram says. But my wife says, my husband says that without that I can't live. Now how to decide? Being attached with them or being attached to onion? Where should we be attached now? Onion venma, ille veetla kudumpathila shanda chatrav illada irukkanuma. Which one would you prefer? Now if you prefer onion for this, then you are lost. But you prefer that I am going to upkeep the Shastra's words. They prescribe me to do something. I will ensure, convince these people somehow or other. If they are not convinced, I am not going to compromise. I will not have onion at all. I will not have garlic at all. If you take that decision, then you are trying to win over karma. That is when you will be able to control desire. Desire as such is nothing wrong. But desire against the prescription is always wrong. There are two things. There are something prescribed to us. You can get married. You can enjoy marital life. You can beget children. You can bring up children. All these are prescribed by the Dharma Shastra. No Dharma Shastram says that you all be celibate. No. It never says that we should all be brahmacharis only. It says that Grihastha Ashram is a glorified ashramam out of amongst the 4 ashrams. So we have been allowed certain things. We have not been allowed certain things. Whatever is not prescribed to us, totally stay away from them. Whatever is prescribed to us, restrict our desire there. Even what is prescribed to you, you can't go beyond a limit. There too, you need to restrict your desire. But whatever is not prescribed, no desire at all. You have to totally abstain from that. There are many prescriptions like this. Shashanat Shastram. The Shastram is known so because Shashanat, it commands, do this, abstain from this. There are many simple advices which the Shastrams give, which we can easily practice. But ignorantly we don't. We are not aware of it at all. But you can't plead ignorance in a court of law. I hope you are aware of it. You can't say that I am ignorant that there is a traffic light. I am ignorant that when it is red, I can't pass. You can't say so. You are supposed to be aware. And you have already taken a test. You have been given a license. You have taken a test. So you know this. Similarly, when I am born, I am given a text. This is the Shastra. I have read through that. You are supposed to read through that. Once you know that, then you can't plead ignorance. You are ignorant of a fact that Snattva Bhunjita, the Shastras prescribe. Snattva Bhunjita. You can eat only after you have bath. Not before. Shastra Yapume Bhunjita, it won't prescribe. Snanam Kuru, it won't prescribe. It will neither say that go have a bath, nor say that go have your food. It won't say both. You know why? If I am stinking, I'll go have a bath. There is no necessity for Shastras to tell me to go and have a bath. And even without the Shastras guiding me, so I have food 4 times a day. So there is no need for the Shastra to tell me to eat at all. Even without that, I am eating 4 times. But Shastram enters. It only intervenes when it finds there is some problem in conducting both this. Snanam is one action. Bhojanam is another action. This is bathing. This is eating. This must follow this. That is, you have to bathe and then only eat. When we violate that, Shastras intervene and said, Snattva Bhunjita, you can eat only after you bathe. Why it didn't tell me to bathe in the first instance? It never told me to eat also. Now why is it entering? Because it knows that you will falter there only. You won't falter in bathing. You won't falter in eating, but you will falter in the order. Whether it is bathing first and then eating or eating first. The eating kuda purinjidu. Saapannama, seri kudichuttu saapannam. In Tamil we say, Khanda yanalum, kashakki kattu, koodanalum, kudittu kudi. Kudichuttu saapannam. Yes. But I see many people, whether in this country or back in India, many people who cook without bathing, but eat after bathing. How to combat this now? Yes, Shastram said, Snattva Bhunjita. It never said, it goes without saying. If you have to cook only after taking a bath, when we mention this, people are always there to find some loopholes. You know what they do? They ignite the gas cylinder, they start cooking, go have bath, and then only touch the boiled rice. முதல்ல அடுப்புல ஏத்தி விடுறது ஏத்தரிச்சே குடிக்கல அப்புறம் போய் குடிச்சிட்டு அது 6-20 நிமிஷம் ஆகும் இல்லையோ within that cooking time you go have bath and come back. அதுவும் கூடாது. You have to take bath only and then enter your cooking room. Enter your kitchen only after having bath. If you are willing to follow this, then you live as per the Shastra. There are many simple things like this. If you follow, then what am I compromising with this? My comfort. I am attached to my comforts, but the Shastrams are against comforts. The problem with Shastram is, it never keeps you comfortable. It makes life very, very miserable. Now, when we eat, we have a plant and leaf, I suppose so. I don't know what you have. We have a plant and leaf, we eat. Your water tumbler must be to your right. It should not be kept to your left. This is Dharma Shastra. To your right side. To your right side. Now, how do I drink water? I have to stretch. I have to lift it with my left arm and only have water. Or wait till I clean my arms, wash my hands and then have water. Instead, why can't I take water with my right hand? Anyhow, I am eating with my right hand. This is quite close to me. Why don't I take it? This is comfortable to me. Whereas Shastrams are against comforts. Say they don't allow you to do that. Don't do this. Don't keep it to your left. At least if it accepted that, it was okay with me. Keep the tumbler to my left. Let me have it with the left hand. No, that doesn't accept. So it is putting us to a test. Are you able to win over that attachment? Are you able to control that simple wrong practice? If you are able to, then Bhagavan is happy. You have done your practice as per my advice. He is too happy in small things. If you are able to compromise on those small things, the big Krishna is so happy. He is so happy with small things. And why don't we do? He is not asking us to remain a brahmachari. He didn't tell me not to get children. He didn't tell me not to buy a home. He didn't tell me not to go to work. Everything he has compromised. But he gives me another set of prescription. Do this, do this, do this, and abstain from this. Why not I do? If I do that, then I have listened to Krishna and followed Rama. If I don't do, then I have neither listened to Krishna nor followed Rama. Kama yeshaha, krodha yeshaha, rajoguna samudbhavaha. So the example for Kama is Ravana. For Krodha is Parashurama. To win over this, one has to control. Slowly control and get detached. You have to be attached. At the same time detached. Like water on a lotus leaf. Water on a lotus. Padma patra ivam bhasa. Krishna gives this example in Gita. Padma patra, lotus leaf. Ambhas, water. Water on a lotus leaf remains on the leaf. But leaves through no trace when it's removed. When it leaves the leaf, it leaves no trace at all. Was it not attached? Is it not detached? It was attached. At the same time detached. So we must also know to live an attached as well as a detached life. Rama was attached to all his citizens, but he suddenly detached and went exile. You can't believe how much Rama was attached to his citizens. When Dasharatha wanted to coronate Rama, he called for all the citizens of Ayodhya. They all gathered. They assembled and told Dasharatha, Bahavo nrupa kalyana gunaha putrasya santite. O Dasharatha, your son Rama has so many immense qualities, has countless auspicious qualities. We are so fond of him. We would like him to be our king, not you. You can run. Aneka varsha vaksra vruddhastamasi parthiva. O Dasharatha, you have ruled for long. You can leave the throne. Leave it to Rama. So at that point, all the citizens represent to Dasharatha. Vyasaneshu manushyanam vrisham bhavati dukkhita. Utsaveshu cha sarveshu piteva paritushyati. Rama is one of our family members. If we have some mishappening in our family, he feels sorry before my mother. If there is some occasion to celebrate, he is happy before my father. Vyasaneshu manushyanam vrisham bhavati dukkhita. Utsaveshu cha sarveshu piteva paritushyati. To anyone who has lost his mother, Rama would be his mother. To anyone who has lost his father, Rama is ever willing to act as a father. To anyone who has lost a servant, Rama would serve. To anyone who has lost a savior, Rama would save. He was intimate to all. Then how did he leave that kingdom? If he was so intimate, he should have stayed back. He didn't, because he knew that Pitruvakya Paripalanam was more priority to him. The priority was Dharma Shastra. Then you have to detach yourself. Snap the ties. As this is not just compromising. It is choosing the right path. Nale kama yeshaha, krodha yeshaha, rajoguna samudbhavaha. This is the shloka of Krishna. We listened to it. But Rama followed that shloka. He was quite attached, at the same time detached. Parashurama is an example of such an anger. An example of Kama was Ravana. Kama yesha, krodha yesha. This was in Balakanda. Let's go further to Ayodhya Kanda, to the second Kanda. In Ayodhya Kanda, we all know that Rama left the forest. He lived in Ayodhya. From there, he leaves Ayodhya and reaches the place of Guha. His place was known as Shringi Berapura. It is even today in the banks of river Ganges. It's a great place, and Ganges is so broad there. You go stand there, you will be awestruck by the length and breadth of Ganges that flows in Shringi Berapura. Guha was a hunter by birth. He came and offered something to Rama. Rama did not accept it. He said, I am not here to accept fruits from you. I am not here to accept roots from you. I am here to accept your love, your affection, your devotion towards me, not these material things which you offer to me. This is a practice demonstrated by Rama. Krishna says, Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam, Yome Bhaktya Prayachati, Tadaham Bhakti Vadritam Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. O Arjuna, let anyone offer me Patram, a piece of leaf, Pushpam, a single flower, Phalam, a plantain, a banana, a fruit, Phalam Toyam, just a pot of water. Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam, Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. What is offered does not matter at all, but the underlying bhakti matters. Did he offer with true devotion? If he had offered with true devotion, I accept it. Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam, Yome Bhaktya Prayachati, Tadaham Bhakti Bodhakam Ashnami. I consume, I accept. Prayatatmanaha. I accept it with so much of pleasure. I am so moved and pleased to accept whatever you offer. It may be unworthy even. That pushpa may not be worth 10 rupees. The pot of water which you gave may not be even worth a rupee. But still, Krishna is so fond of that. So Krishna gives the way that is very, very accessible to anybody. Not that I have to be rich to please Krishna. That's not required. Alvar in one of the songs, he says that Parivad Leeshane Padi, Virivadu Neva Lurivir, Pirivahayanni Hannirdoi, Purivadum Puhe Puve, Parivad Leeshane Padi. Don't think that pleasing Bhagavan is a difficult job. Not at all. He is a Swaratha. He is not a Duraratha. He is a Swaratha. Swaratha is you can perform puja very easily. Does he demand for 3 or 4 hours of puja? Not at all. It's just half an hour. Today is a holiday to me. I am going to perform puja for 1.5 hours. He accepts. Today I have job. I have to go a bit early. So is half an hour okay? More than okay. Please do at least half an hour. Today there is some guest in the family. I won't be able to perform. Very much pleased. I was only expecting this to happen. So whether you perform for 2 hours or for half an hour or for no puja, Bhagavan never expects. If he says no or he demands that no, I am not going to accept half an hour. Shastram says it's 1 hour. Why don't you do? He is aware of the fact that next day he won't be offered puja at all. So Bhagavan will never commit this mistake. 6 மணி பண்றியா பண்ணு, 4 மணி பண்றியா பண்ணு, பண்ணவே மாட்டியா ரொம்ப திருப்தி அப்படின்னு கேட்டு பரிவது ஈசனை பாடி விரிவது மேவலுருவீர் புரிவகை என்ன நன்னீர் தூய் புரிவதுவும் புகை பூவே. Let it be any pushpam, any flower, any fruit, anything, but offer it with true devotion. Don't offer something to Perumal expecting something in return. Don't do that. That is impurity. But pure devotion is offer it for the sake of offering. He is my master, I am his servant. I have to accomplish my goal. My goal is to serve him. You serve him, he is happy. The only goal is he being pleased. If he is pleased, Bhagavan Mukhollasam. Archana panna pongo. Go to the temple. The priest will ask you, Gotranjulu, Sutranjulu, Enachalno, Archana panna. Bhagavat Prityartham, Mukhollasatkaha. Abdini Shalavalu. Mukhollasam is once he chants all the 108 names and we listen to them with absolute devotion, Bhagavan is very pleased. If you see at his face, then it will be glow. It will just be brilliant. And that must be your goal. That's the only objective. Not by performing something he is going to get. If I pay 1 lakh today, tomorrow, when I sign a contract, will I be successful? That's not what for bhakti is. That's impure bhakti. That bhakti is condemned by all the shastras. Tuya Berenir Yamunekaravan, Tuya Mala Hondu Sutunan Malagal, Tuyanavendi Vinnorgal Nanirati. Whatever you offer to him, devotion is more important than the worth. It is worthy because of its devotion. not because of the monetary value that is attached to it. You may offer anything, but this statement is not against you offering at all. You will misinterpret it again. What we misinterpret from tomorrow, let us not donate anything to the temple. Because bhakti is more important. It is bhakti that Krishna wants, not money. So let me not donate anything. With pure devotion, let me come, have darshan, circumambulate. When the priest asks me or the trustees ask me, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yoge bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti bhagavadam ashtami prayatatmanaha. We will also inscribe the shloka here. Whenever the trustee asks, please go through the shloka. Because this is what Gita says, Aditana Chandave ille. So don't misunderstand here. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. More important is not the worth of that product, but the pure mind, the devoted mind and bhakti that is more important. And that was demonstrated by Rama in Guha, in the episode between Rama and Guha. Rama said, "Oh Guha, you are my brother from today. Ninnodu maivarano, pilnu kunbu shulvan mahanodu maruvarano, ahanamar kadal ayya ninnodu eduvarano." We became 5 brothers with Guha. We are 6 with Sugriva and we are 7 now with Vibhishana. Rama accepted into his fold a monkey, a hunter, a rakshasa. We will not dream of it even. Nama manushyaala irundhu manushyaala paakradhukku bayama irukku. Adukku mele ivar ivallaரையும் சேர்த்துக்கறானே சொன்னா, he never discriminated between them. He accepted them because they were pure in their mind. Guha was pure, Sugriva was pure, Vibhishana was pure. He accepts anything that is offered with a pure mind. Patram pushpam phalam toyam is the saying, is the preaching of Krishna. We listen to it to follow. Now look at the episode of Rama and Guha. Guha came and offered many. Rama said he denied. I am not going to accept this, as I have come here to accept your devotion, Guha, not what you offer to me. Moreover, I have already promised my mother, Kaikeyi, not to accept anything, any luxury. This luxury to me. I can't have all this. Then it will as though I am in a kingdom. Because so many servants come and serve me, they offer me so much, and I start eating anything. Then it's not a life of a sannyasi. Almost I have taken a promise to live a sannyasi's life. So Rama refused to consume, but at the same time accepted the faith, accepted the devotion in the mind of Guha. So Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam can be well understood from the episode of Guha and Rama. This was in Ayodhya Khanda. Come to Aranya Khanda, the 3rd Khanda. Rama went from hermitage to hermitage. He went from ashrama to ashrama. He sat and discussed at length with many Maharishis. Why should he go and spend time with Maharishis? He was a king, he was an emperor, not an ordinary man. Will we go sit before somebody, prostrate before somebody, and with folded arms and humility plead to him, why don't you tell me something? Why don't you preach me something? We will not. Our ahankara, ego will never give room to that. We think that we know all. எல்லாரும் எல்லாம் தெரியும். அப்படிதான் நம்ம சொல்லி கொடுத்துருக்கோம். எனக்கு நமக்கு தெரியாதே ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. எல்லாமே எனக்கு தெரியும். This is what we think. So, Anga Veda, Yadivana Veda. Upanishad says that if you presume that you know all, you know Brahman, you are the one who has no knowledge about him. If you realize that Bhagavan is beyond comprehension, he is beyond any of my sensual organs, then you are the one who have realized Brahman. I have realized Brahman. I have recognized him, provided I say he is beyond comprehension. If I say that I know him, then in fact I do not know him. So Angaveda Yadiva Naveda. He is not known by one who thinks that he knows him. He is known by the one who accepts that he is beyond comprehension. அப்படி இருக்கிறவன் தான் தெரிஞ்சுப்பானே தவிர, yes, I can know Brahman, but as what? As I can realize that he is beyond realization. That's what I can maximum realize. நம்ம பெருமாளை தெரியும் என்ன தெரியும்னா தெரிஞ்சுக்க முடியாதுன்னு தெரியும். இவ்வளவுதான் எனக்கு தெரியும். What all I know about Brahman is that is beyond me. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasaha. Vak and manas are not capable enough to touch him, to reach him or make him understand to us. So we need to go prostrate, get to know more and more, learn more and more from learned scholars, learn from many. Learn many texts from one person and listen to many. Think, reflect, and then come to a decision and follow that path. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarishinaha. This is a glorious verse from Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, "Oh Arjuna, go prostrate before great souls, before Vidwans, first from them. Tad vidhi pranipadena pariprasnena sevaya." Pranipadena, perform namaskaram to them. Pariprasnena, you go around them and with folded arms, request from them. Pariprasnena, sevaya, serve them for 6 months before you ask a question. If you want to raise a question to your master, to your acharya, serve him for 6 months. Then ask a question. But we now today see that people all have only questions. Whether we have answers or not, or whether we have learnt any book or not, you don't even open. Before that we have questions. That is what is amazing here. We don't open any book, but I have all sorts of questions. படிச்சுட்டு தானே கேள்வி கேட்கணும். ஒரு பாடத்தை படிக்கிறோம், படிச்சுட்டு சந்தேகம் வந்தா கேள்வி கேட்கலாம். A person comes and sits in a chemistry class, the portion is yet to begin. The class is yet to begin. You start asking questions. Will any teacher answer your questions? பேசாம உட்காரு, பாடத்தை முதல்ல கேட்டுட்டு தானே கேள்வி கேட்கணும். போதும் நமக்கு lot of questions keep nagging us. We are inquisitive. But without going through the text, we cannot be answered at all. You need to spend time. Don't think that suddenly in 10 or 15 minutes you are going to become spiritualistic. That is not possible. There's no slipshod way available. There's no shortcut available. You have to read chemistry for 15 years. You have to study physics for 15 years. You have to study spiritualism at least for 50 years. There is no other go. Physics and chemistry is about concrete things, whereas spirituality is about an abstract Atman and Paramatma. If you spend 15 years to know a concrete thing, should you not spend more for abstract? You have to. It's beyond comprehension again. So it takes time. Don't think that it is in a jiffy. It's immediate. That's not possible. So Krishna says, Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam. You go and serve them with your pure mind. Upadekshanti. They will also preach to you. They will teach you. Te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarishinaha. They are the one who have seen me, Arjuna. If somebody knows Krishna, it is though all those rishis, all those noble souls, go prostrate to them and listen to them. Arjuna said, can you explain the method of going to them? Krishna said, not certainly the method as you are asking to me now. Not in this method. I am a charioteer. You are the king. You are sitting above me. I am sitting below you, but I am the acharya. You are the shishya. இப்படி மட்டும் கேட்கவே கேட்காது. யார்கிட்ட நீ போய் கேட்கணும்னாலும் போய் சேவிச்சு கேட்கணுமே தவிர உன் காலை மேல வச்சுட்டு நான் கீழே உட்காந்து நான் உனக்கு உபதேசம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். Not to any scholar like this. You have committed this mistake to me. I have pardoned you because you are my relative. But the acharyas are never going to forgive you for that. They won't bear with all these atrocities. Tad vidhi pranipadena pariprasnena semaya. Arjuna asks, should I be educated only through an acharya? Why not directly? Krishna denies flatly. You cannot do that. Because the method which I have created it is only an acharya who can impart knowledge to you. You cannot read the text and understand for yourself. You may think that you are understanding something. But the moment you close the text, it will all be very, very volatile. Nothing will stay in your mind. Acharya has a method of teaching. You can't do it on your own. Certainly not about spirituality. As we are not much used to it, it is better you have a direct contact with an acharya. Instead of through a book or through any other media, if you are able to sit with an acharya and get to know that, that is the best. Nothing can alternate that. There is no alternate route available for that. There is acharya chicha sambandha. The shishya going to acharya, serving him, and then getting knowledge from him, becoming wiser, is the right practice. Krishna says, oh Arjuna, did you not note my life? I know everything. But still, I underwent a course with Sandipana. It was only a 64-day course. The shortest course available. உலகத்திலேயே யார் ரொம்ப சீக்கிரம் படிச்சு முடிச்சதுன்னா கண்ணன் தான். ஏன்னா அவர் போனா 64 நாளில் ஆயக்கரைகள் 64 நாள்ல கத்துனுட்டார். He learned all the 64 arts in 64 days. He completed. But still he did it. He did it because he never wanted to be blamed that he is the one who violated the rule of Acharya Shishya Sambandha. He didn't want to take that blame. So he went through that method. Tad vidhi panipadena pariprasnena sevaya. So is Rama. So this shloka is demonstrated by Rama in Khanda. He goes from one sage to the other. from one sannyasi to the other. He stayed with Sharabhanga. He stays with Sutikshna. He stayed with Agastya Bhrata. Then with Agastya. Earlier, with many sages. With one stage for 6 months, with another stage for 1.5 years, in another hermitage for 2 years. He spent as much as 10.5 years in the Ashrama Mandala. When he entered Dandakaranya, the first one he met was Sharabhanga. Then on Sutikshna. Then he spent 10.5 years in a complete circle. He returns to Sutikshna. Then requests Sutikshna, I have learnt a lot from all these people. And they have disseminated knowledge to me. Only now I feel confident that I can rule this kingdom. So he came to the forest just to equip himself so that he can be a better ruler. Without that, from right being a childhood, he would be a boy, he would be a youth, and he would have assumed office. That should not work. There is a MD in a company. The MD's son should also undergo training. If he directly comes and sits as an MD, nobody will have faith in you. They won't report to you at all. நம்ம பிரச்சனைகள் புரியவே போறதில்லை, இவர் நேரம் வந்து உட்காந்துட்டார், நான் சொன்னா கேட்க போறதில்லை, பேசவே வேண்டாம் போ அப்படின்னு முடிவு பண்ணுவார். But if the MD is also put under a proper training in each department for say 6 months, then I am confident this person knows my problem. He has worked with me. அதுக்காகத்தான் ராமனே வரார். He came to the forest to know a lot from all these people. And he didn't think that. He was not haughty that I am an emperor. He compromised on that. I need to learn more. Let me compromise. Vidya dadati vinayam. Vinaya dhyati patratam. Education blesses you with vinayam, humbleness. Vinaya dhyati patratam. Unless you are humble, no acharya will preach you. அவர்கிட்ட போயிட்டு உங்களுக்கு சிவபாஷன் தெரியுமான்னு பார்த்து போலான்னு வந்தேன். இப்படி நானா ஒரு ஆச்சாரியன்னு சொல்லியே விட மாட்டான். இதை பார்த்துட்டு சொல்லியே போயிட்டு வாங்குவோம். அதனால அப்படி இல்லாமல் நாம போய் அவள்கிட்ட ஹம்புலா வினயமா கேட்டாத்தான் அர்த்தமே கிடைக்கும். வித்யா ததாதி வினயம், வினயாத்யாதி பாத்திரதான். பாத்திரத்வாது தனமாப்னோதி, தனாத் தர்மம் ததா சுகம். Patratvat, if you are a recipient of good upadeshas, patratvat dhanamapnoti, you are blessed with wealth. Dhana dharmam tata sukham. With dhana, with wealth, dharmam, you can conduct virtues. You can earn punyas. Dharmam tata sukham. Then it's just peace to you. It is satisfaction to you. What is required? Vinayam. Vinayam, go to an acharya, prostrate before him and request from him. Tad vidhi pranipatena, Rama demonstrated. He went from hermitage to hermitage, from one sannyasi to another sannyasi. He learnt a lot. Anale, if Rama is not found in his harem, or Rama is not found in his palace, where did he go and find him? He would be found, and his head would be in the lotus feet of some munivar. If Rama is found, he listens to a lot. Bahutchutanam, Vriddhanam, Brahmananam, Upasita. Rama listens to the great sages many times, many sages, and with the same sage, the same scripture many times. So, Bahushrutanam, Viddhanam, Brahmananam, Upasita. If Krishna is not found in his palace, where do you go in search of him? Is it all these rishis? To the ashramas, Alvar Upasharathal Adaha Tervikira, Gopimar, Poishahattale Kanalam. Poishahamna, Mundane Talipun Artham. Yengyana Kandana Kanamna, Parungo, Yedhanu Gopi in Ode, Mundana Talapura, Kandan to Parumona. Adikita, follow Rama, listen to Krishna. And then Talepe, what is the you can follow Rama, but only listen to Krishna. Krishna says, Tad vidhi pranipadera pariprashnena sevaya. Rama demonstrates it with all the hermitages. Anale, this is another in Aranya Khanda. Now come to Kishkindha Khanda. In Kishkindha Khanda, he made friends with monkeys, with Sugriva, with Hanuman. He accepted all. Krishna says that, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shunichaiva Shvapakecha Panditaha Samadarishinaha. A Pandita, a learned soul, he only sees everybody equal. He has realized equanimity amidst all the souls. All the Atmans are equal. They are not to be discriminated at all. Equal. They are alike. They are not the same. They are entirely different. Every Atma is different from the other. Every Atma is totally different from Paramatma. But yet, all Atmans are alike. Let him be a monkey, let him be a bear, let him be a human being, or a Rakshasa, or a hunter. Bhagavan never discriminated between these. And Vedanta Deshika in his Daya Shatakam says that. He says, Nishadanam Neta, Kapikula Patihi, Kapi Shabari. Let it be Shabari, a hunter woman. Nishadanam Neta, the head of hunters, Guhap Peruman. Nishadanam Neta, Kapikula Patihi, the head of monkeys, Sugriva. Let it be anybody. Nishadanam Neta, Kapikula Patihi, Kapi Shabari, Brajayoshitaha. And all the Braja Stris, the Gopika Stris, with all these people, Rama never discriminated. Krishna never discriminated. And in this episode of Rama making friends with Sugriva and Hanuman, you learn that Vidyavanaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shunichaiva Shopagecha Panditaha Samadarishinaha. Samadarshanam is very, very important. Samadarshanam can be achieved only if you follow a method. The method is how you look at it, the angle through which you look at it. This Atman has two forms. One is, has two states. Instead of forms, the Atman has two states. One state is along with his body. The other state is without a body. It's known as Nishkrishta Vesha and Vishishta Vesha. Nishkrishta Vesha is an Atman without a body. Vishishta Vesha is an Atman with a body. If you look at Atmans with body, then it's only discrimination. It's only differentiation. If you look at an Atman without a body, only at the true Atman, then there is no discrimination at all. All the Atmans are equal. They are eternal. They are atomic, more atomic than an atom in size. They are full of Jnana. They are full of Ananda, this eternal bliss, and they are subservient to Paramatma. So these are the determining factors of an Atman. And these factors equate all Atmans. They never discriminate between two. Vidyavanaya Sampanne Brahmane. Krishna says, now try to look at them equally. Vidyavanaya Sampanne Brahmane, a learned Brahmana and an ignorant Brahmana. One who is not mastered the Vedas is ignorant. Vidyavanaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini. Hasti, elephant. Gavi, Go Shabdam stands for cow. So between a cow and an elephant, I don't discriminate because the Atman inside is the same. Is alike and the Atman that are alike. Vidyavanaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shunichaiva Shopakecha. Between a dog and a dog eater. There is a dog meat eater. There is a dog. Between the two, don't discriminate. Between an elephant and a cow, do not. Between a learned Brahmana and an ignorant, do not. As the Atman inside, all are one and the same. This is the shloka preached by Krishna, whereas Rama demonstrated. He never discriminated between a monkey or a Rakshasa or a hunter. He accepted all of them. This is what we need to know from Kishkindha Khanda. Now come to Sundara Khanda. In Sundara Khanda is the story of Hanuman. Hanuman is an Acharya. Krishna also tells about an Acharya. Hanuman is himself an Acharya. He crosses this ocean. After crossing, he went in search of Sita. He could not get Sita. He couldn't trace Sita. He was quite dejected. He was depressed. Almost. Whenever I talk to anybody, they say that they were depressed. Why are they depressed? How will they come out of their depression? They take medicine. I don't think medicines are much going to be helpful for any depression at all. When something is mental, you have to treat it mentally only. When something is physical, treat it physically. For a mental problem, how can you treat it physically? For a physical problem, you can treat mentally. But for a mental problem, it is too difficult to treat physically. You medicate somebody. There is no medicine available for your mind. Everything is available only for your body. This mind is totally different. It is in the body, but it is not the body itself. So if you want to treat that mind, it is again by mind, it is by knowledge and becoming wiser, I can come out of depression. Another depression nalo, rejection nalo, of what? And the kelli, you are depressed of what? Bhayam yedile, எதற்கண்டு பயப்படுறோம்னா சொல்ல முடிய மாட்டேங்கிறது, எதற்கண்டு டிப்ரெஷன்னா தெரிய மாட்டேங்கிறது. ஆனா we are depressed அப்படின்னு மட்டும் சொல்லுவோம். இப்ப கண்ணன் இடத்துல ரொம்ப அழகா தெரிவிக்கிறார். When Hanuman crossed the ocean, he couldn't trace Sita. He felt dejected. He sat on the branch of a tree and thought for a while. Anirvedaha, Nirvedam is depression. And Anirvedam is ever being rejuvenated, ever being enthusiastic. That's Anirveda. He thinks Nirvedam is not going to lead me anywhere. So why become an Nirveda? Instead, Anirvedo hi Shriyo Moolam. Anirveda is the cause for all wealth. Anirveda is the cause for all victory. Anirveda is the cause for success. Let me only be ever enthusiastic. I won't be dejected at all. I will never be depressed at all. Saying so to himself, Hanuman started to search again. You know what he pleaded to Sita? Oh Sita, I have committed a mistake here. The only mistake is, I thought that I am searching you. That is the mistake. I should have pleaded to you, reveal yourself. That would have been easier. If I think that I am in search of Sita, Sita would think you search. If you can, why don't you search? And Hanuman tried that, but he could not succeed. Then he pleaded to Sita, oh Sita, reveal yourself. Sita immediately reveals. Hanuman at that time, he thinks that I have come on an auspicious mission. I have come on a job sent by Rama. It has to succeed. This is a theory of Hanuman now. If you do something auspicious, if you do something logical, if the purpose is right, if the purpose is acceptable to the Dharma Shastra, then efforts are yours. Success is ensured by Bhagavan. This is what Hanuman talks here. And this is precisely what Krishna tells Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, you practice Karma Yoga. Arjuna said, it is well said, but it is too difficult to practice. Krishna said, I never told you to complete Karma Yoga. I only told you to begin Karma Yoga. Arjuna said, can I stop after beginning? Can I abstain after beginning? He says, yes, pratyavayo nividyate neha bhikrama nashosti. Pratyavayo nividyate. Karma Yoga is so great. The unique advantage of Karma Yoga is, having begun, if you are not able to continue, even Krishna ensures success. That's what he says. He says that you start. If the mission is proper, if the purpose is correct, and that is prescribed in the Shastra, then I ensure your success. Ada Khanda romba alaga sollirukar. Oh Arjuna, nee pandratha pannu. And nakaschit tada gacchati, durgatim tada gacchati, durgatim tada nagacchati. Durgati is failure. I never look at anyone that he fails. I ensure that they all succeed, provided they have offered all their actions to me, provided they are on a mission accepted by the Shastras. If so, Durgatim tada nagacchati. They never fail. And this is precisely demonstrated in Sundarakanda. Hanuman went in search of Sita. He was about to fail. But immediately he thought, I have been sent on this job by Rama. How can I fail? I cannot. Let me try again. Trial is mine. Success is his. He must ensure success. When we start, we may think that will we succeed or not? That's not why. Efforts are ours. We need to put our efforts. We need to strive hard. The hard you work, Bhagavan is pleased. The result is in his hand. My father used to tell me, you go preaching to all. You keep on, upanyasam panituke. Even after 20-25 years, when we are alone, we would be dejected. We would think, having talked for thousands and thousands of others, what is that we have achieved? Veshide irukkume. Yaranu yadanu maatinrupada. Yadanu manasula patturukuma. Will they know what we talked? Have they realized anything? Has it transformed their life? Are they willing to listen more? Yadanu thondrache avaru enna solluvarna? You don't worry about that. Your job is to lecture. Do that. And whether they transform or not is his job, not my job. That is for Krishna to get it done, not my job. அப்ப ஏன் வேலை? குதிரையை கொண்டு போய் நதிக்கரை நிறுத்தது தான். அது தண்ணி குடிச்சதா இல்லையாங்கிறது நமக்கு தெரியாது. கொண்டு போய் நிறுத்தத்துக்கு தெரியும். அதுதான் நாம பண்ண. You can take the horse to the water, not make to drink it. So our job, for that matter, for anybody's job, is trial. We can strive hard, but the success in the hand is in the hands of Krishna only. So idathaan Sundarakanda namu therinjikkom. And in the last kanda, Yuddha Kanda itself is just an explanation of one shloka. Sarvadharmanu parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. Aham tva sarupapebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. O Arjuna, shed all your inhibitions. Abstain, renounce all the dharmas which you have been practicing. Now wholeheartedly surrender to me. Mamekam sharanam braja. Aham, the all-powerful me. Tva, the mean, weak you. Sarvapapebhyo mokshayishyami. I will release you from the clutches of all the papams. Moksha, don't be concerned. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarupapebhyo mokshayishyami Moksha. This was precisely demonstrated by Vibhishana. Vibhishana performed wholehearted surrender to Rama and was accepted by Rama. Rama also tried to demonstrate this. As you see, in Balakanda, in Ayodhya Kanda, and Aranya Kanda, Kitintha Kanda, I took example from the history of Rama, from his life. Whereas in Sundara Kanda, I talked about Hanuman. In this Yuddha Kanda, I am talking about Vibhishana. Why? Because Bhagavan cannot demonstrate Sharanagati. Sharanagati is to him. He can't surrender to somebody else. That's why I am taking Vibhishana as an example. He tried to perform surrender, but he miserably failed. Rama also tried once. He went and prostrated. With 3 days, he waited and he surrendered to Samudra Raja, requesting for a way. Samudra Raja never lent his ears to him. He didn't want to. Then Rama was quite furious. He asked to Lakshmana, Chapamanaya Saumitre Padhyam Yantu Plavangamaha Sagaram Swashayishyami. Bring my bow and arrow. I am going to dry this, the whole ocean, till it became a dry land. All the monkeys can walk through. There won't be any need for any bridge. அது அன்னைக்கே பண்ணியிருந்தா இன்னைக்கு ப்ராப்ளமே இல்லை. ஆனா பண்ணாது போட்டா. அவர் அந்த ஒரே அம்பை விட்டுருந்து அந்த சமுத்திரத்தையே வத்தடிச்சிருந்தான்னு வச்சுக்கோ, ஒரு வம்பு இல்லாத நம்ம பாட்டுக்கு இருந்திருக்கோம். நீங்க அவர் பாட்டுக்கு எத்தி ஒண்ணு கட்ட போய் இருக்குன்னு சொல்லி இல்லைன்னு சொல்லி இவா சண்டை இது இத்தனை இல்லாமலே இருந்திருக்கு. என்ன பண்றது? அது அவருடைய திருவுள்ளம்னு வச்சுக்க வேண்டியதான். அதனாலே சாகரம் சோஷயிஷ்யாமி பத்யாம் யாந்து பிளவங்கமாக, இந்த குரங்குகள்லாம் நடந்தே போகட்டும். Then Lakshmana brought the bow and arrow. Rama held that, and he had already aimed an arrow to shoot on Samudra Raja. Samudra Raja rushed, pleading to Rama, Trahi, please save me, don't be angry on me, kindly protect me. Rama said, yes, I have already pardoned you. Now, what do I do with this arrow? I need to shoot it somewhere, because Rama's bana is amogha bana. It is never wasted. Apo Samudra Raja requested, in the northwest frontier, northwest region of Bharata Desha, there is a desert. There is a part of my ocean, Milky Ocean, or a part of my sweet water there. There are some Rakshasa who are spoiling that. Why don't you shoot your arrow on them and kill them? Immediately Rama turned from the southeast direction to the northwest direction, shot that arrow and killed all those people. This is what happened. But, of course, Rama's Sharanagati failed. It was not his Sharanagati that succeeded now. It was only his fury, his anger that succeeded, not his Sharanagati. So let's not take Rama as an example for Sharanagati. He is not supposed to surrender. We are supposed to surrender to him. யார் எதை பண்ணாலும் அதுதான் பலிக்கும். யார் எதை பண்ணக்கூடாது அது பண்ணவே கூடாது. நான் சரணாதி பண்ணா பலிக்கும். பகவான் ஆச்சு அவர் என்ன பண்ணாலும் பலிக்கணும். என்ன அதுக்கு சரணாதி பண்ணா பலிக்குமா? அது பலிக்காது. Bhakti, I need to practice devotion, not Bhagavan. My arms must be like this, folded, and his hands might be like this, holding the divine conch and the discus. அவர் கை இப்படித்தான் இருக்கணும், என் கை இப்படித்தான் இருக்கணும். அவர் கை இப்படியான அது பலிக்கவே பலிக்காது. If Bhagavan's sky is like this, if he folds his hands, then that would mean that he is not going to protect us anymore. இப்படி கூப்பினுட்டினா என்ன தெரியுமா அர்த்தம்? There is nothing in me. This is what we convey. If Rama says like this, then nothing in him. When will we be protected? So it is better Rama is always like this, Krishna is like this, and we are like this. Tad vidhi sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam praja aham tva sarupapebhyo mokshayishyami. It is wholehearted surrender that makes a life easier. And that was performed by Vibhishana in the last Khanda, Yuddha Khanda. Yuddha Khanda was the essence of Ramayana. All other Khandas were only a preface. But it happened to be a long preface. The problem is, ரொம்ப 5 காண்டம் முன்னூரை வச்சுட்டு கடைசியில ஒரே ஒரு காண்டத்தை தான் சொல்ல வந்தாருன்னா Vibhishana Sharanagati is the essence. Similarly, Sharanagati Shastra Sarvadharman Parityajya, the 66th shloka of the 18th chapter, is the essence of the entire Bhagavad Gita. So the wholehearted surrender was prescribed by Krishna, and that was demonstrated by Vibhishana to the lotus feet of Rama. We have dealt with 6 important shlokas and 6 important episodes from the 6 Khandas of Ramayana. So once we listen to Krishna, we follow Rama. And it seems Rama listened to Krishna. Whether we listen to Krishna or not, Rama listened to him. Although Krishna's incarnation was later to Rama, It sounds as though he listened to Krishna and demonstrated all. Let us hail the lotus feet of both Rama and Krishna and the presiding deities here, Lord Venkatesha Perumal, Ananta Padmanabha Swami, and I also thank all the temple authorities who gave us this glorious evening and opportunity to talk about Rama and Krishna, the organizers of this function. Lastly, and not the least, all of you for having kindly attended this function. Thank you all. My prayer to Lord Sriman Narayana that let bhakti be with all of us. And let's also learn how Sharanagati is, practice it and listen to Gita, try to follow Rama and put whatever best is possible by us or whatever least is possible by us. With these words, let me conclude. Thank you.